Today, we are going to explore the life and legacy of a true African hero, Kwame Nkrumah. We'll take you on a journey through the remarkable story of a man who changed the course of history. Kwame Nkrumah was born on September 21, 1909, in Nkroful, a small village nestled in the western region of the Gold Coast, known today as Ghana. Raised by his mother, Elizabeth Nyanibah, Nkrumah's brilliance stood out early on. He excelled in school and developed a strong desire to learn and lead. He pursued further studies abroad, first in the United States. There, he enrolled at Lincoln University in Pennsylvania, majoring in sociology and philosophy. His time in the US and later in the UK deeply influenced his political and philosophical beliefs, especially his commitment to socialism and African unity. Upon returning to the Gold Coast in the mid-1940s, Nkrumah became a key figure in the independence movement. In 1949, he founded the Convention People's Party, or CPP, rallying the masses with his powerful message, "Self-government now." His party quickly gained momentum, and in 1951, Nkrumah was elected as Prime Minister while still imprisoned by colonial authorities. A testament to his popularity and the people's demand for change. In 1957, under his leadership, Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence from British rule. It was a moment that echoed across the continent and the world. Nkrumah didn't stop at Ghana's independence. His dream was much larger, a free, united Africa. He was a passionate advocate of Pan-Africanism, the idea that African nations should unite politically and economically. In 1963, he played a key role in the founding of the Organization of African Unity, OAU, the predecessor to today's African Union. He envisioned a continental government, common currency, and a unified military, an ambitious dream of African strength through unity. Although his vision faced resistance, it laid the foundation for future conversations on African integration. Though overthrown in a coup in 1966, Nkrumah's influence never faded. His legacy as a bold thinker, fierce freedom fighter, and advocate for African pride lives on. Kwame Nkrumah showed the world what leadership grounded in vision and conviction could achieve. Today, streets, universities, and movements across Africa still bear his name, a constant reminder of his dream. His vision for united, independent Africa remains as relevant now as ever. Kwame Nkrumah's legacy is not just history, it's a roadmap for the future.
Fighters and supporters of the growing movement for Africa's liberation and unity. It is good for our cause to have a periodic meeting of this kind to examine our position in the great struggle to rid Africa completely and forever of imperialism and its handmaidens, colonialism and neocolonialism. Africa is rich and not poor. As the great wealth that has been taken out of our continent over 5 centuries of spoliation and extortion very well proves. Africa has immense actual and potential wealth: gold, diamond, copper, manganese, bauxite, iron ore, uranium, asbestos, chrome, cobalt, a host of other minerals. Our essential agricultural produce have all been drained away by colonialist imperialism. Africa is far from being poor. It is Africans who are poor, not Africa. And they are poor because of the uncounted profit that has been made out of the exploitation of their labor and their lands. If we are being baited to enter a European community, we must have something that community needs, and needs badly, when it pretends to offer a bonus by way of aid. When Greeks come bearing grapes, should we not look them well in the mouth? If I may mix my metaphor, but I'm sure you get my meaning. I raise this point so that it will stay in your minds when you may be tempted by the seductive promises of new colonialism to forget the real character of colonialist imperialism and be persuaded away from your own true interests and those of Africa. For today, we must each see ourselves as part of Africa in order that we may face colonialist imperialism and its new form, neocolonialism, on a continent-wide front. For unity must be the keynote of our actions. Our enemies are many, and they stand ready to pounce upon and exploit our very weakness. They tell us that this particular person or that particular country has greater or more favorable potentialities than the other. They do not tell us that we should unite, that we are all as good as we are able to make ourselves once we are free. Remember, always, that you have 4 stages to make. First, the attainment of freedom and independence. Secondly, the consolidation of that freedom and independence. Thirdly, the creation of unity and community between the free African states. Fourth, the economic and social reconstruction of Africa. This requires some plain speaking. And for the sake of Africa, let us speak plainly.
Until next time, stay inspired, stay informed.